A very good morning and welcome back to another daily market outlook. So starting off the day with an analysis here on EURUSD. So EURUSD has pushed continuously in towards the upside. As we can see, we have now closed above this swing high over here. So initially this was the overall swing high which broke this low over here. So this low caused the break of structure, push in towards the downside. We were looking for that correction and then a further continuation in towards the downside. But now we have seen a candle close above this high. So what does this mean? It now means that EURUSD is bullish on the daily time frame. So what we're now going to be looking for is after the BOS, which we've now seen, is to look for the expected pullback. Because after every single break of structure, at some point in time, there will always be a pullback. So what we're now looking for is that higher time frame area of supply, which is going to be most likely this area of supply over here, from where we're going to be looking for a pullback on the daily time frame on EURUSD. So still some potential upside is to be seen from euro dollar. And then once we reach that area of supply, I will be looking for a short. So that for now is the overall daily time frame analysis. Let's dive in towards the 4 hour. So the 4 hour time frame is obviously bullish as well now. We can very clearly see that we were looking for a potential further correction in towards downside. We rejected this area of supply over here. As we can see, we got kind of like an initial move down, but again, no bearish confirmation, guys. Remember what I was explaining in yesterday's video? I was looking for a double break on euro dollar. We got the initial break over here. However, I was waiting for this low to break once again, as it was a risky setup. As we can see, very slow price action. Choppy ascending in towards the upside. We saw kind of like that fake dump in towards the downside, enticing a lot of fake or a lot of sellers. And then again, a lot of people also trying to sell from this area of supply over here. Personally waiting for a double break. As we can see, we did not get that bearish confirmation. By seeing that double break, we continued in towards the upside. So at this stage, what I was looking for was further upside continuation, because remember as well in yesterday's video we mentioned if we would not respect this high over here, we should continue in towards the upside, especially after a candle closure. Now I saw that there was a lot of momentum on EURUSD, and I also saw that there was a lot of momentum on the dollar index, hence why I decided, as you can see over here, to take a euro dollar long. I'll show you just now in a second. Going into the 15-minute time frame, because that's where I took my setup, we can very clearly see that we broke this 15-minute strong swing high. Okay, so after the swing high, what happened is that we saw a short area of consolidation over here. So this was already enough for me on the pullback. And what you see a lot of times with EURUSD is that if there is enough momentum and we break this high again, so we just follow the overall / order flow / fractal structure, it will just continue pushing in towards the upside. And that is what happened over here. As you can see, my entry was around 1.09643, and over here we have 1.09643, a little bit higher due to spreads. So this was around my entry. So yeah, a nice entry with momentum, and yeah, got some nice profits, resulting in another funded alpha capital account. So what are we now expecting for EURUSD? On EURUSD, we're expecting further upside still. Looking at this pair, there is two things. Either we're just going to continue with the overall momentum in towards the upside. Now we're breaking this fractal high over here, meaning that this over here is now your fractal low. So this low should now remain respected, should we kind of see the overall bullish momentum really just sustain. If we take out this 4 hour fractal low in 2 hours time, because in 2 hour time, that's when the 4 hour candle closure is, then I would see something like this, push back down in towards this demand zone, and then look for a long again from there, with the ultimate goal being trading towards this 4 hour area of supply up top, which is obviously also our daily fresh area of supply over here. So that's the game plan for EURUSD. Now going into the 15 real quick, just try and identify a strong low. So a strong low is a low that took out a high. Obviously over here, if we see a nice 50-minute candle close, then this means we have a strong low. Then look for kind of a nice setup over here. Obviously we have some demand over here and some demand in these wicks over here. Look for some liquidation to form, and then you could look for a potential long. That's what I would be looking for on EURUSD. Now going in towards the dollar index itself pushed down lower. Obviously, after hitting that 50% mark, it was apparently enough to start pushing the dollar back down again. I was still interested in a long just following the overall 4-hour fractal structure and us also being inside of this area of demand. However, as we can see, it failed. So yeah, now just looking for some further downside continuation with a new potential lower low to be formed. However, I'm also keeping in mind, guys, just looking here at the 4-hour, that we still have not hit the overall order flow over here. So there is still a connection to be made. And we also have this high open as liquidity. So let's see what happens from here. Obviously, now this is, let's say, your region of supply, and we could just, let's say, pull back and dump, or we could just dump from here. But I'm still potentially interested in seeing what lies open on the daily, being that daily area of supply, guys. So this daily buy before the sell, that is still open. But for now, obviously, we're just going to follow the overall momentum in towards the downside, towards these lower levels over here. But yeah, for now, just this swing low is the target, obviously, with the bearish pressure on the dollar. But if we start seeing a shift on whatever time frame, because I am expecting, let's say, a short-term pullback potentially very soon, either towards, let's say, this imbalance over here or this imbalance over here, then yeah, let's keep an eye. By the way, we've already pulled back in towards this imbalance over here with this wick, so we could just start crashing down from here. Now going into Aussie dollar, interesting pair as well, just pushing up higher. Obviously here on the daily, it still has a lot of room to push up. So I'm just waiting for Aussie dollar to push in towards this area of supply over here. Going to pound dollar, what are we seeing over there? So pound dollar pushed up higher. What is now interesting to see on this pair is that we have seen a fractal break, obviously, on the daily. So fractal break of the low, fractal break of the high, broke through this area of supply as well. So now on the daily time frame, we have an area of demand over here. This area of demand took out this area of supply. Now going into the 4-hour time frame, what can we see there? So here on the 4-hour time frame, we broke structure. So we broke this overall swing high, as you guys remember from yesterday's video, looking for a short from this area of supply. So after liquidating the high, pushing in towards this supply, so we've now seen a push in towards the downside. Now there are two places from where I'm going to be looking for a potential long on pound dollar. That is either from this area of demand over here, or if we liquidate the liquidity underneath this trend line over here. And we can go long from there. So this is a very strong zone. Why is this a very strong zone? Because it liquidated the low over here. And when you liquidate a low and form a zone of demand or supply at the same time, those are the strongest zones, okay? This is a weaker zone because there's no liquidation just above it. And above this liquidity zone, there's a lot of liquidity, okay? So keep that in mind. Yeah, I mean, we still have just these two areas of demand, looking for longs from there. And obviously, yeah, you could still short a bit on pound dollar in towards that area of demand. But with the dollar, or with pound dollar being bullish, you obviously want to be looking for those longs. So yeah, that's pound dollar for you. Going in towards Kiwi dollar, that is a more interesting pair. As you can see, guys, we're inside daily supply. So we straight away a bearish reaction as with fundamental news on NZDUSD. Hence why we're now pushing down from this daily area of supply. Then go into the 4-hour time frame, and what can we see? That area of supply has played out beautifully, pushing price in towards the downside. Now, yesterday I was looking for a potential short, but as you can see over here, we didn't see any bearish pressure at all, hence why there was no shorts available. So then we move up higher in towards these two areas of supply, again highlighted in yesterday's video. And as you can see, we perfectly dumped in towards downside from this area of supply. Now, how could you have capitalized on this potential position? Well, go in towards the 1-hour time frame. What do you see over there? You see a change of character over here, change of character low over here. And that is where you can then go short on a momentum play over here with your stops above that area of supply. So a very easy one to free over here, trading from that area of supply. Go into the 15, and then you could have taken an even better setup, as you can see. If we just focus on a fractal entry, once again, we're in higher time frame supply, so it is interesting to look for shorts. Over here, fractal high, fractal low, second fractal break. So let's say you don't want to take it from this initial area of supply over here. You want more confirmation, just take it on the double break. So overall, an absolutely beautiful day for NZDUSD shorts. I was sleeping, but if you did capitalize on this, congratulations. So yeah, nice setup over there. And then last of all, gold. what are we expecting from gold? So gold has done as well what we expected yesterday, pushed in towards this demand zone. As you guys saw on the initial screenshot, I did take some gold profits yesterday morning. But now for today, I'm more interested in longs again, as we have touched this 4-hour area of supply. So looking for upside continuation after tapping in towards this demand zone. This will be the first long potential that I see. Obviously zone number 1, zone number 2 from where we're looking for longs. So yeah, now let's see if we can get an entry on the 15-minute time frame or on the 1 hour. So yeah, ultimately the high that you want to break is of course this high over here. If we can break that high, then definitely we will or could see further upside potential. So that's what I'm looking for, guys, on gold. If we break this high, definitely looking for those longs. So that's it for today. Thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Join Discord, link in the description down below, and see you in tomorrow's video, guys. Thanks.